some days I just don't want to do anything. I want to be productive, but then I just want to rest. I get some rest, but then I feel unproductive because I didn't get anything done. And then now I'm unmotivated and slip back into bed, and the cycle continues over and over again. Yep, that's been me this whole week. Hey friends, it's Bryan here, and it's been a while since I made one of these talking videos, and I definitely apologize for that. After creating the travel recap video and then the music video with my roommate, I thought I was pretty ready for the next creative project, but yeah, after the music video, I just couldn't find motivation to do anything. I felt super unproductive with both my day job and my passion projects. I wanted to take this video to kind of talk about the stage that I'm in right now, but I want to also preference the video to say that everyone goes through these feelings differently. For me, the past few weeks have been non-stop work, trying to plan for the next passion project, hanging out with family, trying to hang out with old friends, and also keep me up with all the news that's been happening recently, and I felt super overwhelmed. So a lot of things just kind of came over me, and I was like, I can't do this right now. This feeling isn't new to me, so I definitely wanted to step back to really evaluate what's contributing to this stage of unmotivation and burnout for me, and it was particularly due to these three things: overworking and hustle culture. I definitely think it's important to talk about hustle culture because we see it all over YouTube. It's all there, and this is not an anti-hustle culture video because I definitely do believe in the grind. Actually, I think it's really important to work towards your dreams and, you know, putting in that extra time and extra work to pursue your dreams and passions. And it's honestly a lot of the reasons why I was able to push out my photography, the YouTube project, my blog that's coming up soon. Grind is definitely important, but it is very unsustainable for long periods of time. And I'm sure you heard a lot of times and a lot of videos about it, but if you're going through these feelings, like, I'm there with you for sure. I'm not here to bore you with the same things that people are saying. It's definitely important to realize that it's not sustainable for overworking yourself a lot and actually trying to take breaks. I'm working on that too for sure because I don't take intentional breaks. Definitely being able to transition from a hustle culture mindset to just enjoying and relaxing time off is super important. 2, comparison and an unhealthy amount of social media. Okay, the amount of times that I've heard people tell me not to compare myself to others is a lot, and it's also undeniably true because it's undeniably really hard to do, especially in your 20s. I use social media to kind of keep up with people's lives too, but then sometimes I trap myself in a rabbit hole and I end up scrolling for hours, and people are getting new jobs, they're getting promoted, someone's buying a house, people are starting families. And again, in your 20s, this happens, and it's very confusing because everyone's in their own path. It's not just all school, midterms, and finals anymore. Also for me, living in SoCal for about 5 years due to college and then moving back home has been really tough, I think, because I made a lot of friends down there and now everyone's pretty dispersed. My old high school friends are also super dispersed, so very much not used to this new lifestyle, and I'm still adjusting, and I probably can make a whole different video on this for sure. 3, remote work. I've been working remotely since February or March of 2020 when Miss Coronavirus came. And yeah, I don't think I can ever go back to the office due to the flexibility, but remote work definitely has its pros and its cons. Because I wanted to have that in-person social interaction, especially since I'm the youngest on the team, it's definitely hard to feel connected to work. Video is definitely not the same. The amount of Teams meetings and Zoom meetings, you get burnt out really fast. And also, I am at my desk all day staring at a laptop. Not even just because my day job, but with like editing videos and photography. So in my old video, I'm implementing trying to go on walks more, and it's super important for that. And gym is like a must because that's my exercise time of the day. In short, the unsustainable grind and also remote work burnout with an unhealthy amount of social media definitely is a recipe for unmotivation and feeling pretty burnt out. By the time I'm filming this video, I definitely feel a lot better, and there are some things that have been helping me out, and you can see a ton of resources online that can explain it way better than me, but these are some of the tips and tricks I have, and if it helps you, I'm glad, and if it doesn't, I can also link other people that have been watching as well. To address the constant grind, rest is productive. I gotta constantly remind myself that rest is productive. You can't be on sleepless hours and just not resting. But I would say having intentional rest is important too, because there are too many times I went to take a nap or go to sleep and I'm still thinking about work or thinking about the next project. So really understanding to do nothing and just rest and relax. Be kinder to myself, learning to not beat myself up over not being as productive as I want, or if I'm not completing a task by the end of the day. I'm constantly beating myself over, and I definitely should not be doing that, because we're all human, we make mistakes, and we're gonna go through ups and downs. So that's something that I'm telling myself too. Reduce the amount of time on social media and also the mindset. So this is a big point for me, is that I need to limit myself on social media, and also things that I see should be inspiration rather than comparison, and working towards living my life without jealousy, envy, or any comparison involved. You may be hearing some lawn mowing stuff right now, but hopefully it's not catching up on the microphone. Going back to what I was saying, social media is definitely part of our lives now. It's a great marketing tool. You get to connect to so many great people. It's definitely a great tool to use, so definitely utilize it for that reason, and reduce the amount and don't trap yourself in the rabbit hole. I'm guilty of that. Learning to be alone. And this is something that I could probably make a whole video on, because I am definitely learning this. It's no longer in that old college days where you just hit somebody up and usually our timelines are synced. Now in my 20s, everyone is doing their own thing, everyone's on their own path, and it's great. It's great to see like everyone's reaching towards their own dreams, but the reality is that the time that you get to spend with your friends that you usually hang out with shortens a bit, and it's kind of sad. It's also a little bit bittersweet too, because everyone's working towards their dreams. Yeah, and for me, just learning to be alone and being happy with that is definitely a process, and I'll probably make a whole different video on this topic. To remote work, schedule breaks, set blockers, set boundaries. It's something that everyone should work on, especially if you're a fully remote worker. It's easy to overwork yourself, underwork. Just set the timeline, set the boundaries, and also schedule times to walk and take breaks. Super important. I'm working on that as well. So everything I listed here is everything that I'm telling myself to. It's not something that I am perfect at, by no means. Definitely not. That's why I'm in this stage right now. These are some things, and I hope it helps you. And if you do have any other tips and tricks, feel free to comment down below. Again, this YouTube channel is still developing, and I definitely want to bring in a whole community of people to help each other. Thanks again. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to be part of the journey, feel free to subscribe. But I'll see you next time once I get over through the stage. Catch you later. I need it in Arizona because am I marketing? $5 for a pack of 12.